We listen to what our customer needs. We are actually on the site in the nitty gritty with them.
Yeah.
And so we see the challenges, and then we come back year after year, have a roundtable of, okay, what can we offer? And sometimes it doesn't seem like that much to us, but on the actual site, it's a big deal. And, one of the things that we're doing this year, well, we've done is, like I said earlier, we've put in project managers now that are going to be solely involved in just one particular property or one particular portfolio. We've developed a turn portal, which has had its own challenges along the way. But the ultimate goal for that turn portal was to give peace of mind to our customers so that they could log on to a site, see their future orders. It may not be, this year, but in going forward, they're going to be able to log on there, look at, see what furniture they ordered, how much did they order, what did it cost, what did freight look like last year, and then be able to project the next year. Smarter Furnishings has done a really good job of molding, setting the tone that we hire people that do take pride, because our slogan, rest easy, just isn't a slogan. Like, we as employees and those of us that are involved in all of this really want the customer to rest easy and not worry about it. And if we're able to alleviate some of that stress at the property level and even at the corporate level, because let's be honest, even at the corporate level may not be there at the property, but if the property's happy, then they're happy. And so if we can take care of some of that and provide different services and adapt, I believe, being on that level as well as the level that I'm at now, that's something you can't put a value on.
What do you think would help alleviate stress during turn season for these properties?
If you are ordering a style of furniture that we keep in a warehouse 365 days out of the year, then we've taken some of that stress away from you when there are challenges throughout the year, because then we can provide that. And usually that furniture is, if it's in the warehouse, it's at your property, depending on how far you are away from us. You'll have that furniture in less than a week, right? And I think it's understanding sometimes the why of what we do and why we suggest the things that we do. And then once you learn that, just allowing us to walk you through all the different steps.
Yeah, I think the readiness, once on site for installs is a big piece, and a lot of the times, I know especially when we get cut out of doing the installs, which is okay, it happens. I think where I see a lot of people have issues is just not understanding the scope of what they're doing. I can't tell you how many conversations I've had over the years with a turn property who is doing their own install, who doesn't quite understand the complexity or what it takes to get that done. Where they'll call me and be like, "Well,
a turn install is not just helping your friend move. It's not a residential move. It's
Right.
just,
it's not."
it's not the same.
How many times have you walked into a site where that general manager is brand new? And when I mean brand new, they've only been there for maybe like a week because they've had to jump in to a situation because it is turn season. They don't know. They're trying to learn the property and all of
And
that,
everything.
let alone like, what am I going to do with all this furniture? And a lot of those general managers don't even know what furniture was ordered. They don't even know what's getting ready to arrive at their property.
And I think that's one of the biggest differences when you look at using, you know, employees on site, which I know is obviously going away so much more. So a lot of like temporary labor, where you run into that problem is one, I see a ton of times they're undermanned where they just don't understand, like, hey, this takes a team. On turn installs on average, we have 12 to 14 people there on site, depending on the size. And that number could, fluctuate depending on the scope, but 10 to 14 people is pretty standard for us. And I can't tell you how many times that I've seen a property to get there, and a property has only had, five people working. It's like, okay, that's not going to quite cut it.
In the
But
summer heat.
but to kind of further, yeah,
Summer
in the
heat
summer
and
heat, when you're in the
3
middle of
trucks showing up.
Louisiana,
Yeah.
yeah, when you're in the middle of Louisiana and in August 1st, like, it's a pretty tough time. And so what I've seen a ton is once that, general manager is new, They don't really have any idea what's going on, because it's super common and we understand it. But what we're able to do to help with that is, well, when you don't know, guess who can help you figure it out? We
Sure.
can. We are able to go through and say, okay, you give us the list of rooms. We can help walk through and say, okay, here's what we think needs to be replaced. Here's what we don't. And we're able to wear that burden versus the general manager having to take amongst the million other things that they have going on the site. Now we can take that away and say, hey, we'll walk it, we'll double check it, we'll call you if we have any questions, but you can rest easy knowing that we will take care of this and execute it, to the best of our ability, and know that that's going to give them that peace of mind.
Really, I kind of have two things, and they kind of fit both into y'all's buckets. Number one, just being able to walk units and give something to us early goes a long way. Number two, I would say, again, fits into Caleb's bucket, and this is not like trying to sell the furniture installation by any means, is just I see so many people struggle and get frustrated with turn installs at the property level. And I see people, Caleb, we seen it last year where they asked us to quote an installation, and then they're like, you know what, never mind, that's too expensive. And it's like, okay, hey, I get it. Sometimes it doesn't fit in your budget. That is just what happens. But if you can afford it, man, after
it will be worth it.
I can't imagine being at the property level and having to unload 2 or 3 semis in the heat, unboxing, building, putting in units, throwing trash away. If you can afford to outsource your installation and let someone else take care of it, and you don't have the labor on site to do it, let us do it. That's quite literally what we do for a living. It is operations, and it might be sickening to other people, but it is fun to us. Until you're carrying, something up 3 flights of stairs and it's 105 degrees outside. But hey, we'll worry about that when we get there.